AKA Patters, welcome back to another lightning hot episode. I don't know, we get enthusiastic sometimes, but welcome back to another episode of Top Cow Tuesday. This is where we get down in the dirt about Top Cow Productions, Marc Silvestri, Witchblade, Darkness, Cyberforce, the once great coming animated cartoon series for Saturday morning, the Image Comic Book Hour, where we know at this point it was supposed to be Cyberforce and Youngblood. Mattel, Hot Wheels, all of these collaborators came in to pump the stock of Marc Silvestri and Cyberforce. None of it happened, and it wasn't until like the next phase of Top Cow where we got the Darkness and Witchblade and Darkness, right? Video game, Witchblade, live action TV series, anime, books that still resonate and go on today in some shape or form. But here's the amazing thing. We have to kind of compare some of Marc Silvestri's comic book way, the Tao of Marc Silvestri, to the Tao of Todd McFarlane. What exactly am I talking about here? Well, if we take Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld, just quick example, even, we don't like talking about, but even Eric Larson, those individuals, there's a lot of sketch, design, pre-production, layout, idea-driven artwork. Jim Lee, Jim Lee live streams all the time. You see the dude work. So a lot of props. I only wish some of these other image guys would live stream as much as Jim Lee, but whatever. But we know Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee, they're about the paper. Them versus the paper. Todd McFarlane and Marc Silvestri are about the page. They like to design on the page and produce on the page, and they do very little pre-production artwork. This is clear in today's theme, today's episode of Top Cow Tuesday. I'll show you guys right here. We have like a couple sketchbooks by Marc Silvestri, and I just want to highlight how little we actually have of Marc Silvestri's sketch work. We have little notes, and sometimes if he has something like Inferno or Evo come in, we might see some sketch work in other Top Cow books to build momentum and hype for that release. But Marc Silvestri, historically, not a lot of pre-production sketch work, same as Todd McFarlane. I think those two individuals, I think this is why they work so well on Image X Over Month, because they were able to look at the blank page and visualize it in a way that Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld cannot. Also, we have to take note of the regularity of things and events and ideas that Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld shared. I think a part of this is because they had similar production methods. You are drawn to people who work like you, period. I believe Marc Silvestri works very much like Todd McFarlane. Otherwise, right, there's my thesis. Otherwise, we would have more pre-production artwork from the two of them. So let's just hit the drawing table. I want to highlight these. I mean, we got the trade paperback here for a reason, but I want to highlight these two sketchbooks and potentially avoid you from buying them, because I know these can kind of go up. They go up and down between $5 and $50 depending on the time of the month you research these. But let's have a look. Let's hit that drawing table. Marc Silvestri, Sketchbook, Top Cow Tuesday, coming at you. Good morning, AKA Patters. I'm enjoying this Philadelphia sunshine here. Here we go. I debated doing this for a little bit of time because I just feel like we're not in the Top Cow zone of Top Cow Tuesdays. I anticipated 4 months of actively dropping Top Cow Tuesday every single Tuesday. 4 months worth of that to get to what we would call Top Cow Productions. And to come in and somewhat be critical of Marc Silvestri, I think it's counterproductive to the larger effort of Top Cow Tuesday. But we're not really like coming in against Marc Silvestri. We're more or less just commentating on what I believe to be his production process. Some of that production process is revealed in these two sketchbooks. Now, This convention exclusive here, this Wizard World Chicago, this might be like I've seen this go up to 25, 30. The Marc Silvestri sketchbook here, the one with Darkness and Witchblade on the cover, I've seen this one fluctuate. Real high, real low. As previously witnessed and seen on this very channel, Cyberforce, the Tin Men of War, right? The 4-issue launch miniseries. If you guys aren't familiar with what Cyberforce was, it was the entry of the Image Comic Book 7 or Image Comic Book 6, however you want to look at that. This was a rejected X-Men pitch. Marvel said no, Image formed, and he took the idea of Cyberforce and brought it into its own universe. But in the back pages here, we have a couple illustrations, some concept design work. Now, I'm on record of just saying how fantastic of a design Killjoy is. I think Killjoy is not just one of the best designs of Marc Silvestri. Killjoy is one of the great ideas, just visually, in 90s comics. I mean, one of the reasons why we love Crypt so much is because Crypt, he's simple and he works. Killjoy's a lot like that. Now, he doesn't get that level of success and levity with Heatwave, even with Velocity, even with Ripclaw. But he tries. But yeah, here's some design work. And these are almost full-on illustrations. We get some notepad sketches, notepad ideas. You kind of want to say this is a little bit of what was probably faxed over to Marvel Comics. Yeah, like the Marvel front office, this is a part of an X-Men pitch. And we see a clear drawing of Colossus here. So there we go. In Wizard Magazine, and a lot of Hero Illustrated, a lot of the other comic book publications, we don't get a lot of Marc Silvestri design work. So let's just jump to, and I want to make sure we're going in order, 2004. At this point, Top Cow is the premier studio in comic books. They're their own separate company. They have left Image. They have come back into Image. They've dabbled in Hollywood. Like, they've once had the rights for the A-Team movie. But Top Cow it's a production house. And it's all systems are going. They produce a lot of books. They collaborate. They're an imprint. They're a publisher. They're across the entire spectrum. And they're taking advantage of 1994 being a good year to sell comics in the American marketplace. But hey, guys, do these look familiar? So we already recycled what we previously saw. We have some design work here for Evo. Oh, we've seen these before too. This is the Top Cow animated series that should have been a Image comic book hour on Saturday morning television. It was going to be Cyberforce and Youngblood. Now, previously on this channel, we speculated if it could have been Savage Dragon. That could have been part of that Image comic book hour or something else. We know through Rob Liefeld observations, it was in fact Youngblood. But yeah, we have some statue design work. Not so much, guys. Not so much sketchbook. Remember, that's what we're trying to do here. And then Inferno. Inferno is one of my favorite works of Marc Silvestri. But we're not really in sketches here, right? Like, we're in full-on production artwork. He's drawing right on to the page. Okay, here's some Joe Dante, Evo Century. Nice design work. Marc Silvestri, like, he evolves the way he draws tech during this time too, and I absolutely love it. And Francis Manupul came in and adopted the Top Cow tech, we'll call it. Heart of Darkness, right here. It's Witchblade and Jackie aka Darkness. But more and more, I mean, but look at these wings. Look at these little critters. Great ideas, great emotions. Like, look at this dude. He is like, he's just having a good time. one of Marc Silvestri's best, most starking images. I believe too they did a Art of Marc Silvestri hardcover also coming up on this channel, but way down the road. I believe they used this for that cover, but this was a convention exclusive as far as I know. And then we have Striker. You know, like this is a little bit of the new codename Striker. See how we evolve drawing tech here? We can kind of see, like, let's just get like a little bit of a close-up. We need a close-up. When you need a close-up of Striker, see? Like the actual tech. See, this is, you will call this more like 90s traditional. It's segmented. We have a lot of intersection, a lot of lines, and this is more like muscular. It's more kind of like built up from underneath. Very cool. Very cool deviation. Yeah, we get some ideas for his little boots here, but not a lot of sketch work, right? Some train designs. And I'm not saying this isn't good work. I mean, anything Marc Silvestri's good work. Then we have Necromancer. This was I think a movie pitch. Johnny Nitro storyboards. I mean, like, look how fast and simple these storyboards are. And then we get a Codename Strike Force reboot preview here. And again, Francis Manupal drawing the new Top Cow tech. So that's Sketchbook 2004. 2 years later, Sketchbook 2006, we get Mr. Look at this sexy boy here. Mr. Silvestri at the drawing table. It kind of, you know, like maybe this is a part of an intro that you guys maybe have seen. But we get two full-on covers, one Army of Darkness. Hey, here, more full-on covers. We have a little bit of a glimpse of what it looked like to put together Image United. I kind of like that. And we have one of the more confusing, I believe this is Cyberforce issue 7, which is cropped, and you don't get a lot of the droid here, the shock droid, the super shock. More covers, more covers. And this sketchbook here, I mean, but look at this Paris one though. But like, you guys get the idea. This is, oh, here we go. Finally, couple page turns in, we get some design work here for Hunter Killer issue 6, which is, it's a nice series. Started as Marc Silvestri, Mark Waid, and ended into a Top Cow Productions and Mark Waid. Husband and wife right there, right? I mean, a lot of people are like, wow, like, I can't believe he draws realistically this well. AKA Patters, let's just understand. If you can render this, you can render that. Okay? That's just the way the mind works. It's just the way the mind works. You have the skill sets. Now, my other observation is, so you see where the printing and like kind of like the scanning, we lose a lot of the pencils here. New X-Men, really, I prefer his new X-Men, the Grant Morrison Here Comes Tomorrow versus Days of Future Past, by the way. But he draws this fantastic X-Men run. Proximity effect, I believe that could have been a video game. And here, like, we just get like a couple concepts here. Wanted, I mean, such a great design here for Wanted, for Mark Millar. This was one of his Wizard covers. But no, here's a sketch. But look, the reproduction here is just so poor. This is pixelated. Like, you can literally see the pixels break up. And that's it, everyone. So, Marc Silvestri, we have, what year was this? 93, 2004, 2006. We have a lot to potentially show off of the sketch process, from going from sketch to printed page for Mr. Silvestri. And we don't get a lot, as evident here. We're going to continue to dig, because I want I want to know Marc Silvestri's production process, and we don't get a lot of documentation on it. But I do feel like it should be noted when it comes to Top Cow becoming a company, because this method here, again, drawing directly, and what do I mean about drawing directly on the page? It means like here, guys, like we have a comic book page, and he draws directly onto the page. That means he's doing a lot of his design work here, all of it. He's not elongating the process. Where Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee, they've always spoken about drawing small, blowing it up big, so on and so forth. So guys, Top Cow Tuesday, rock and roll.